what I would do in general is
I just multiply the...
learn how to factor.
Exactly, I multiply 3 plus 2 is 6, and I find the factor.
No, you're still guessing. What are you going to do when this number is 12 and this one's 32?
You can reduce.
I can break it down though.
You can pull out factors.
No, this is a 5. You're not going to pull anything out. You know what I'm saying? The guess and check works well when this is prime or not very composite, and this is prime and not very composite. So you only have 4 options here, right? Or 6 options or 8 options. So whenever this number is more highly composite than this one also is, and there's so many guesses, you're going to cry, right? So what you want to do is...
It's like you multiply 3 and 2, something.
That's exactly what we want. Right.
I never liked that way.
That's right. You said that?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. 3 times 2 is
6.
Thank you. I almost forgot. All right. So 3 times 2 is 6.
-6 and -1.
And you need to find 2 numbers that multiply to be that and add to be that. So that is -6 and -1. And how you learn something, yeah?
Or -2 and -3.
No. It will not add to that.
Oh, add.
Although it will multiply to be this, will not add to be the -7.
Yeah.
So now we're going to take 3t squared. We're going to split up the -17 into -6 and -1t. -6t, -1t. Doesn't matter which one you put where. It's fine either way. Plus 2. Once you find the 2 numbers multiply by that and add to be that, you know it is going to factor. So just put them in there. Right? So now you're going to group them together, and you're going to take out the GCF from each of the pairs. So you take out a 3t here. These are the t minus
2.
nothing. And then you're going to take out a -1 here. These out a t minus 2. And now this and this have a t minus 2 you're going to take out from each one.
Which is 3t minus.
And that leaves you with 3t minus 1. Right? And that is what some people call the AC method.
I call it really
some
long.
other names associated with that, okay? Because ax squared plus bx plus c. You're taking a and c as the first 2 things and multiplying them together, so they call it AC. It's a very useful thing to remember.
So what do you have -5?
Say again?
The answer should be -5.
-5. I don't know what you're saying.
No, I'm just trying to figure out this one right here.
Well, the complete answer?
Yeah.
So now that we have the t minus 2 and the 2 minus t before us, cancel and slap a negative up here, right?
Yeah.
That's all that's going to happen, correct?
Substitute the 2.
So now substitute the 2 in. 6 minus
It's
5.
a 0.
Anticipation. 6 minus 1 is 5. Answer is -5. You are correct, Simona.
Oh, that's very good.
So now let me ask you, what is happening? Is everybody okay with what we just did?
Mm-hmm.
They're all very similar so far, right? So what is really happening here? What is this function, and what's going on with it with this limit?
They're both approaching 0 from top and bottom.
Say it again?
They're both approaching 0 from top and bottom.
It is.
And we factored out 2t. Well, yeah, 2 minus t has negative has to be pulled out, so it's 2 minus t.
T minus 2?
T minus 2, yeah.
That's correct. We put out the t minus 2.
Yeah, and then you would take whatever remainder canceled out from the top, and that would be your polynomial.
That's right.
And then
Now it's a polynomial.
yeah, and then you add that negative in once you add the 2. Once you add 2 plus whatever that remainder is, you multiply negative by that, not the answer.
That's correct. Geometrically, that's what happened algebraically. That was the whole process we just went through. That was the algebraic result of what we just did. What is the geometric? What really was going on geometrically in the plane? What kind of function is this? And how does the limit relate to the function?
It's a squared function, so wouldn't it have a u to it?
It looks like a squared function. It looks like a rational function. I've got a polynomial here. I've got a quadratic divided by a linear function. But this linear function divides this evenly. T minus 2, or 2 minus t, goes in exactly into this thing. And therefore, we ended up seeing negative 3t minus 1. What kind of function is negative 3t minus 1? What? Can't hear you, Lou.
Is it a line?
Line. It's a line. So what was the 2 minus t doing? Making a hole in our line. That's all it was doing. Right? It's the same problem we just did at the very beginning. Right? All right. All right. I feel like you got it. Come on, book. Yeah, let's see what else they have this for. Now you're up creek. Number 46.
I got a headache. How are you gonna try?
limit as h heads towards 0, 1 over 5 plus h minus a fifth over h.
You try to get a common denominator on the top.
First of all, again, check. What's the bottom heading towards? Where is the bottom? What is the bottom?
0.
What is the bottom?
0.
Tell me the algebraic expression for the bottom.
Huh?
H. H. That's the bottom. This is the top, right? Here's the main divider, right? There's H. You were correct. H is heading towards 0, right? So either it's no hope, or it's hope, right? Either the top is heading towards non-zero, which is no hope, or the top is heading towards 0, therefore there is hope. So what's the top heading towards? Well, as this H gets really close to 0, what is this getting really close to?
1.
1/5. Careful, right?
Oh, yeah.
As this gets really close to 0, 5 plus something really close to 0 is really close to 5. And 1 over that is really close to 1/5. Right? And a number really close to 1/5 minus a fifth is really close to
0.
Right. So the top's heading towards 0. Okay? So that whole finger waving gimmick I just said about getting really close to it and all that is what's really happening in the problem. And when I said before, just plug it in to kind of see what's going on, that's just, you know, first eye glance what to do. Right? But really it's about what it's heading towards. So the top's heading towards 0, bottom's heading towards 0, so there's hope. So what we anticipate now is we have to do some chicanery to get the top to have a revealed factor of h up there. So we'll cancel the bottom. Does that make sense?
What
Which
do
is
you
less
mean?
obvious when we had the polynomials. Right? When we had the polynomials, we knew there was a factor of t minus 2 above. But now this is not polynomials. So the factor of h sitting up there is not as apparent. But you said
What do you mean by getting a revealed factor of h?
the reason this is heading towards 0 is, in a sense, well, in reality, because h is heading towards 0.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, if we can arrange this a certain way, it will be revealed that there is a factor of h, that this expression is really h times something up here.
So you're trying to get h by itself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, not by itself, I mean, factored off.
Yeah.
Factored off.
Okay.
But you can't just factor h from this
Gotcha.
Mhm.
and be satisfied.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're going to end up factoring off 1 over h,
Yeah.
and you'll be left
Which
with
is
5 over h plus 1, and it'd be very
Mhm.
confusing that way, right?
Yeah.
So somebody mentioned getting common denominators. That's a good idea, right? Above, you should get common denominators. And usually a factor, I mean the factor that is causing the problem in the bottom is what you're trying to reveal up top so that you are able to cancel them, right? That's just like matter of factly what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Algebraic, what you're trying to do. Yeah.
So should we multiply by h?
What time by h?
Like all of that times h?
No.
This is going to become some pile of, oh, this is garbage. And then there's going to be an h there, and it'll be over h like that.
Right.
So you can do this, and you can plug 0 into the garbage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, that's what we're trying to do. The garbage a minute ago was what? It was that other